Here, we will be looking into a group discussion where people collaborate through different texts and share their knowledge. First, we will be analyzing the discussion of Maddie's choice in book, Time to Shine at the River School by Abin Adiaka. Maddie had raised an important question for our discussion when she had asked how he felt about Jimmy going to an adult for help, because this shifted the discussion from just fully understanding the story to thinking about how students actually responded to challenges from real life. This question encouraged the group to actually reflect on how we would support students in those similar situations by helping the conversation go even deeper. Myself and Maria actually built on this idea by discussing how the story changed over time, connecting it to the idea of not judging a book by its cover, where this really helped the group recognize how first impressions can shift as we gain more understanding of people. Maggie even added that she created nicknames to better understand the characters, while Kayla explained how the mystery aspect of the book would help keep students engaged, where these contributions really showed how different strategies and even perspectives can help the group better understand the text. Next, we will be analyzing the discussion of Kayla's choice in book, Slugfest by Gordon Korman. In regards to Slugfest, Kayla pointed out how the characters came from different backgrounds, but were brought together through shared experiences that probably wouldn't have gotten together before unless things would have happened like this. This helped the group understand how teamwork and perspectives actually play a role in the story as a whole. Maddie contributed by saying old people have lives, which actually challenged stereotypes and pushed us to actually think differently about characters' perspectives. She also reinforced the idea of not judging a book by its cover, helping us really recognize how assumptions can change over time. When the group was confused by the shifting storyline, members shared their interpretations and actually helped clarify what was happening, allowing the discussion to actually continue a little further. Maggie even added that the characters didn't need to be better than one another, but instead just share a common goal, where this ended up shifting our discussion towards understanding teamwork and collaboration. Maria built on this further by explaining how the characters represented different walks of life, but ended up still coming together as a team, where this helped the group connect character development to that larger theme of unity and even perspective. Now we will be analyzing the discussion of Maggie's choice in book, Swim Team by Johnny Christmas. While discussing the book, Maggie suggested that the story could even continue into a sequel into high school, which really showed how engaged our group was with the characters and even their development. Where I myself even really built on this by discussing the character's growth mindset, explaining how she went from quitting to working harder and then returning even stronger, where this really pushed the discussion towards perseverance and personal growth. Maria also asked a very good question about how the story connected to our own experiences with sports, where this question really helped the group move from understanding to the text to actually making that personal connection. Now we will be analyzing the discussion of Maria's choice in book, The Sun and the Star, a Nico D. Angelo adventure by Rick Ricardo. Maria actually really started our discussion with the idea behind dark humor acting as a coping mechanism, where this really pushed our group to think more deeply about how authors use tone to explore complex emotions. Where I even furthered this discussion by explaining how the characters balanced each other out in a way, while Kayla added that their journey helped them learn about one another, where these ideas showed how relationships and growth were central to the story overall. Maria also pointed out how the characters sought help from an adult, which connected back to earlier discussions about asking for support and looking for help in an adult, like from River School. Where Maddie and Kayla were able to connect this to real life, discussing how students actually often struggle to talk about emotions, where this moment showed how the discussion extended beyond the book into real life understanding. finally, we will be analyzing the discussion of my choice in book, Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, where I really started this discussion off by asking whether we would have made the same choices as the main character, Jet, where this question really pushed our group into deeper ethnical thinking. We then discussed whether justice was truly served and whether the secrets in the story had appropriate consequences. This really moved the conversation into critical thinking about morality and accountability. We even reflected on the unexpected ending, which really showed how the author challenged our predictions and kept us engaged throughout the whole text. At times, the group needed clarification. Questions like, how did this connect to the real world in our future classrooms, and what did this mean, helped guide the discussion forward and actually deepen our understanding. Our group built on each other's ideas throughout the discussion. When one member shared a thought, others either expanded on it, clarified it, or even connected it to another idea, really creating a deeper and more meaningful conversation. How could you use book clubs to promote discussion and critical thinking in your future students? I could use book clubs to promote discussion and critical thinking in my future students by really helping them realize that this is an opportunity to share their ideas, ask questions, and actually learn from each other. How might encouraging students to be reporters and responders help learning in your classroom? Encouraging students to act as both reporters and responders actually allows them to take ownership of their own. What strategies from this project would you adopt or adapt? Strategies from this project that I would adopt would probably be the aspect of each student getting to pick their own book. I actually really like that idea and really think about using that strategy would be helpful in my future classroom. Plus also using the strategy that Maggie had suggested of us giving the kids nicknames to remember who they were, which will really develop that room for a deeper understanding, as it said that book clubs provide a social space for readers to negotiate meaning, deeper comprehension, and engagement. How did seeing dialogue and collaboration in action influence your understanding of teaching literature? Seeing the dialogue and collaboration in action influenced my understanding of teaching literature by showing me that students don't fully understand a text by just reading it on their own. They understand it better when they ask questions, question each other, and build on each other's ideas. It made me realize that discussion and collaboration aren't just helpful, they're necessary for deeper thinking.